So I've got this problem where my touch screen on the Looper X has just totally stopped working. Now my hands are clean. I've tried something online where it said put a cheap screen protector on. So I say a new iPhone screen protector. Tried putting that on, still getting nothing. So here we are. Anyone who knows me knows that I have backups of all my musical equipment. The only thing I didn't have a backup of was the Looper X. Now, it didn't fail me on a gig, it's just the touch screen stopped working, as you can see from the previous videos. Everything else was still functioning, but I didn't want to take it apart and try and, destroy the original one, because I was still using this live for gigs, and my gigs at the minute are kind of like every couple of days. So I ordered a spare, I ordered a backup. They were on offer. And I think I might well keep all of this, but so they were on offer, so I ordered a backup just to make sure. This was after I reached out to inmusic, so I asked them about the warranty and told them the fault. They asked me to get back in touch with my retailer, but they also provided some instructions on updating the firmware, doing a factory reset, all that sort of stuff. Sadly that didn't work, it didn't resolve the touchscreen, so I got back to my retailer. I was 2 months out of warranty, which I was gutted about, so they couldn't do anything either, but they did recommend some repair shops that it could possibly go to. But again, I cannot be without this unit if it's my main looper for any more than a day or two. So I've ordered this as a spare, and then it's now time to take the original one apart and just see what I can find. So then let's take a look at how we get into this board. So we need to get rid of 1, 2, 3 star screws, and those 1, 2, 3 star screws. They screw this top board into this chassis piece, which is very much across the bottom here, and the chassis also runs underneath and again across to this. That's why this unit is very, very sturdy. So this is all part of the chassis. For anyone who knows the headrush board, the looper board, sorry, these sides just used to kind of like unscript, slide out, and it was 2 metal bases that were kind of put together from that point on. So first we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we've got 4 screws across the top face here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the underside, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are all the screws that you need to undo in order to get into this board. Now, the other thing of note when you're getting into this board is that there is a lip on the underside of each side of this chassis like that. And also, as you can see from the metal stuff here, you can see that this top board kind of overlaps a little bit. So the pedal unit and all this, the pedals, the screen and everything else are all very much strongly attached to this main bit of the board. So when you're taking this off, you want to remove all those 4 screws, and then you want to kind of lift it over and gently maneuver this top bit of metal away from the side chassis. There's about 4 or 5 inch give on the cables. Maybe I'm overestimating that. Maybe give yourself 2 or 3 inch give, but if you lift it up, or kind of lift it up on its top there, you can kind of have a little sneak peek, and I'll show you inside the unit just now. So actually got the board up now. It was actually quite easy just to slide it forward off those hooks. You need to get the clearance from here, these bits on the side, and lifting it up forwards I can get access to everything, and I can see those screws that are mounting the touchscreen in, and I can just check all the connectors are all correct and just give it a bit of a whirl. Obviously the problem in mine is that this has been loose. The issue here is that it looks like this might have been rattling. So this thing has been rattling, and it looks like that is the connector that's into the touchscreen. So I'm going to check all that over now and see what's happening. So now I've secured this weight distribution plate, which must be that. I'm going to probably stick some glue on that. I'm just going to try and fire this up and see how it's responding. I've checked all the connectors inside. We're going to fire it up again, and I'm going to hope, there was a little bit of a loose connection. I'm hoping now my touchscreen is going to work and I don't have to sabotage one of the looper boards. So let's see. Powering up fine. Moment of truth. Yes! Look at that. Touchscreen is back. All because that metal rod had come loose and it was pressing against one of the ribbon belts. Dilemma now, because I've just bought, before I took it apart, I just bought a replacement. Thing is, do I keep it as a backup or keep it for the studio or return it? Decisions. Find out after. But I'm actually really glad that that's fixed it now. So here we are now. Yeah, just to recap, I am going to put some super glue, oh god, don't drop, into these 2 screws just to make sure that that doesn't kind of move around. And I'm also just warming up the hot glue gun just to give it another finish on top, just to again make sure that they never drop out again. So back together again, finished unit, powered in, touchscreen is still working. Again, all I've done is rescrew that little holding bracket in, which lies under here, which again is because this is where all the feet are taking a bigger hit. So that's now in, and I've just put some glue on those screws to try and stop them from moving as such when we're kind of operating frantically. And for anyone who's interested, Studio One, not returning it. I'm gonna keep it. It's gonna live in here. It's gonna live there. Well, not live there. We'll tidy up. We'll find a nice space for it.